Hello again, gardeners, and welcome to our channel again. This is a new day, it's a new video. On this day, this is the last day of the month of January, and on this day, being a Saturday, we've had nice weather. So we thought, you know what, for the UK in late January to have good weather, um, dry, it's something. So we'll just spend a bit of time in the allotment, do some work. Let's see what we can do in there and take advantage of the garden, take advantage of the weather, and advance some more with the work in the allotment. So this day I'm here with Lucas and Victor and Emma. We are doing the tedious work of weeding. It's unbelievable how much everything was overgrown. There's lots of grass everywhere. We started off in the large raised bed, where Lucas is still digging at the moment. Then I moved over to the smaller bed uh, without a frame. It was just a mound of compost really. Weeding went really well in the small bed because it was just compost, no soil. So all the grass pulled off really nice and easy. So we kept on doing this then until we saw these two beds completely finished. Uh, I put it on fast forward because it's a lot easier to see this way. Otherwise, it would have been altogether round about an hour long, which is a bit too long to see just weeding. But we spent a couple of hours in the allotment on this day, and we'll have a two-part video what we did in total. Once the weeding was done in this raised bed, these two raised beds, it was time for bagging the grass and all the weeds to be taken to the tip and to be disposed of. Then we moved on to this new raised bed where this was it was terrible to look at. There was so much weeding and cleaning to do on this raised bed. It was terrible. Probably the previous tenants must have had some sort of beans or something, but the grass in there, that was terrible. This was just soil. It was a bit more compact, so weeding the grass itself and the weeds was a bit more troublesome. And it's overwhelming when you look at it and you see, oh, it's so much to do. There's so much work to do in this bed. The weeds are small. It's not like big bits of weeds that you pull out some and a lot comes out. But You start from a corner, like I like to start from a corner, and then you gradually move along. You can see there was some sunflower in there, which I pulled out, and at the other end, Lucas pulled out a couple. And yeah, just gradually moving along, weeding bit by bit by bit, and before you know it, you actually finish it, and the weeding is done. The raised bed is clean, which is really what we want. A good productive day and a very nice plot to look at. In part two, you will see, if you look at the video in part two, you will see a run through of all the beds that we weeded and cleared on that day. So this is part one. You'll wait for part two and you'll see it there. I found a couple of potatoes in this bed, so Emma was thrilled to get the potatoes, put them in one of the pots. So now we moved over to the front of the plot. This is where Lucas had this flower bush in the corner to cut down. It was all dried up, so it needed cutting down. So that's what Lucas did, and while he did that, I also showed Victor how he can rake the leaves with a small rake and put them in that little lid, and then we would, because these leaves are very good for the soil, they will break down in the soil. I decided I wasn't going to throw them away. I wasn't going to put them in the compost, but I was going to put them on the raised beds.
Look what we're
and
finding.
then just
Potatoes.
till the soil. We're finding a few more potatoes. It looks like previous tenants had the potatoes at the front. Emma was excited to collect the potatoes, and you see in a minute there's quite a few more. Anyways, I was saying Victor is gathering the leaves, which he will be putting onto the raised beds. So we are reusing the leaves because they will decompose in the soil. They will become nutrient for the plants. I think everybody's doing a pretty good job. Lucas is cutting down the flower bush. Victor is gathering the leaves quite effectively. And Emma's there looking for more potatoes. right, digging the leaves into the soil, and now we find the potatoes. So Emma's there to collect the potatoes. Look at that. She's very thrilled, very pleased with the potatoes. And it's just a joyful sight to see and to hear her excitement when she finds potatoes. Just listen up.
I don't know. Ah, shit. Okay, choose my one says go to my
Beautiful potatoes, to be honest. Some beautiful potatoes we found. They weren't too big, but they weren't tiny either. I think they last year they must have had a good crop of potatoes. We found some good ones. So here's what we found for the day. It was a good day, all in all. It was a very good and productive day, and we enjoyed being there and doing the work. You know, at the end of the day, we look back and we like what we saw and what we did. And this is the end of part one. Thanks for watching. Part two will follow along. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see part two, just subscribe. Obviously, if you hit the like button, we will enjoy seeing the like button and we'll be encouraged to do some more videos and just to show you some more of the work we do in the garden. Thank you. Keep growing.